All right. What's good? In here by my lonesome. Gotta love it. But we will start chopping it up until somebody shows up. I don't feel lonely. But all right, man. So let's get into this. And out for this to the man, something's going on with YouTube, man. It's like nobody. Oh, here you go. We got some people in this joint. All right, man. I just don't see your comments yet. So let's talk about it, man. We're gonna talk about some boxing today. The topic at hand is going to be Terence Crawford speaks on Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia. Tyson Fury thinks he should be a fucking trillionaire. Those are the subjects that we're going to talk about today, man. But we'll wait for some people to come into the building as y'all come in to really get into it. And of course, you know, we're also going to cover, probably the majority of this is going to cover the bullshit popping off in this, not the bullshit popping off in the world. This actually ain't bullshit. This is actually stuff where it feels like, man, thank goodness type of stuff going on in the world. Shadow 979, man. Much love, man. Thank you so much. So let's get on. Let's just get to it, man. I want to wait till there's like 100 people in here. Bert from Martin, what's going on? Thank you for what? Oh, say peace for 9. Thank you, man. Peace to you as well. Yeah, man. I woke up this morning, so let's just chop it up until we get about 100 people in here. And at that point in time, we'll get it going. What's going on, D Style? Loved your video last night. What the dang, man? I hate that. Dude, you had some shit that was fire last night. Damn, I can't remember it, dude. I'm getting old, D-Style, because I was on your channel last night, and I know you put something you put up there and something that you were talking about, dude, that was just, man, it was just awesome. I mean, I really enjoyed it. But I'm sorry I had so much other stuff going around, and I just can't pull it to the front of my memory. Hey, man, what's going on? QCP said, Fanon fam, you blessing, bro. ATL checking in. Thank you, man. Well, I appreciate this. So let's chop it up, man. Fuck Paulie Malignaggi. First and foremost, fuck Paulie Malignaggi, dog. I just got to say that. I can't stand that dude. More bullshit propaganda? What, Barry Wilson, are you talking about me with my propaganda? Yes. I'm about to spew some bullshit propaganda at you. Is that what you mean? Your definition of so what are you talking about me? Everybody love Raymond. What's good? Hey, make sure you answer the question, dude. I want to know if you mean me, Barry Wilson, then I'm going to give you more bullshit propaganda. Corey Yellowman Jackson's in the building. What's going on, Corey Yellowman Jackson? Everybody loves Raymond. Burt from Mardican. Shadow 9. We going hard. Salute to you, man. Salute to you as well. Yeah, so let me know, dude. I'm waiting for you to say that. I'm waiting for you to insult me, dude. Come on. I'm waiting for you. Chop, chop now. Chop, chop. Chop, chop with the insult, dude. Otherwise, let me know. What's good, Chauncey Ford? My subscription ended. I had debit fraud. What's that? Your subscription ended. What do you mean? Your subscription to like your channel membership or what? Your Patreon? That's all right. It's all good, man. I appreciate it. That's what you're referring to. I'm cool. Chop, chop. Did he come with it? He didn't come with it. He just said more bullshit propaganda. Crawford is about to start whooping some ass. No, he ain't. So look, let's cover them one at a time, man. We ready to go. So Errol Spence Jr., Terence Crawford said that he believed, I know what I'm talking about in boxing now. Okay. You guys can all say, any of y'all, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. Because Terence Crawford just repeated exactly what it was that I've been saying for weeks, man. Sam Diamond said Crawford, he's been whooping ass. How long he's been whooping people's asses. Said, yeah, hey, my patrons ended, my bank security, said debit fraud, thought I was the only one. Oh, I mean, you might be the only one. That's okay, man. That's cool. If you want a copy of the video, just email me, man. I mean, I promise you I wasn't frauding you. I don't have your email address. Said Goalkeeper 3000 said channel membership. As soon as I get my debit card back, I'm gonna see a subscriber again. Get my yellow icon back. Yeah, hey man, I appreciate it. But we know Goalkeeper 3000. Thanks so much, man. Bud shouldn't say shit. He don't want to fight Sean nor Danny. Well, I mean, but what he said is right. I agree with him. What he said was is that if Errol Spence Jr. fights the same, at least is this. I mean, I heard most of the interview, and then I saw Blue Blood's video came up like early this morning. I also did a video about it, but I hadn't uploaded it. It's not uploaded yet because I do my videos and then I will upload them. I don't do them and then upload them. So sometimes there's some drag. But so anyway, my understanding of the situation was that he just said if he fights the same way he fights Sean Porter, that he's a perfect match for Danny Garcia, and I think that's right. I mean, because that would be the best hope. That's the best Danny Garcia could hope for is Errol Spence Jr. trying to fight him like he fought Sean Porter, because then he might be able to catch Errol Spence with that left hook, right? Because he's a heavier puncher than Sean Porter, from what I can see, and he's somebody that likes to punch when you punch, right? So that's his bread and butter. If you're in there doing that, so there's no bigger favor than Errol Spence could give Danny Garcia than to fight in that way, especially when that's not something that Errol Spence Jr. has to do. Errol Spence Jr. doesn't have to fight that way, and more than likely, what's going to happen is Errol Spence Jr. is going to dog walk him in a 12-round unanimous decision. Just go ahead and win the fight, because if he just wins the fight, just beats him like he beats Mikey Garcia, it'll be a little tougher than the Mikey Garcia fight, right? Because Danny Garcia is not going to be sitting with his hands, like this, taking that many shots. But he could definitely fight him in the same fashion and just win a 12-round decision. And I'm cool with that. Because now he would have Spence will not fight that way. I think he could still beat Danny Garcia fighting like that. I mean, even now, that might be the best. That might be the best option. That may be the best scenario for Danny Garcia, but that don't mean Danny Garcia is going to win that fight. That doesn't mean that at all. You know what I mean? What's going on, Tay Walker? Versatile TV1 said, I got to be honest, I watched the Amir Khan fight again yesterday, and I noticed Bud got hit much more than people spoke on. The fight was more competitive than people made it out to be. Yeah, that was just a debacle, though. That whole fight was a debacle. Like, that was just a comedy of errors. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, man, he's lucky that wasn't in the UK, because more than likely in the UK, well, I wouldn't say, because the UK tends to be fair. I think that they're more fair over there than they are here. But, if he wasn't the heavy favorite in that fight, shoot, they might have disqualified him for that low blow. Because that's what Amir Khan tried to do. He tried to act like he couldn't continue on a low blow. You know what I mean? Same with the mid. He does get hit, but see, he gets hit because he's fighting. Yeah, his defense isn't completely. Fans perspective said, been absent because my big brother passed away recently. I'm back in good headspace now. Well, you're in a good headspace, but I'm about to give your brother the 10 count, man. Much respect to you and what you're going through. So a moment of silence from a man, fans perspective's brother. R.I.P. to fans' perspectives, brother. And man, rest in peace, man. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry for your loss. Bud suck. Come on, man, SARS. Bud don't suck. I missed the super chat though. Let me go check out the super chats real quick, Zach. My man Shadow 9, much love in that super chat. TZ Frank says, Bud said he will make Spence look ordinary Question you, Fernan. Can you name one fighter that Bud has made look ordinary besides Khan? Jeff Horn. He made his ass look ordinary in the mud. He made Jeff Horn look ordinary. Yeah, look, a bunch of dudes look ordinary, man. A bunch of dudes. You talking about a welterweight? He made Jose Benavidez look average, but look ordinary, but that's the problem. Jose Benavidez shouldn't even have looked ordinary because he should have looked like a complete bum in there. You know what I mean? With Terence Crawford, and he did, man, because Terence Crawford Terence Crawford is a great fighter, man. Terence Crawford is a great fighter. I'm gonna wait. I gotta wait for 1 second because I'm on this screen and I gotta wait for this thing to catch up with the comments real quick. The mayor of Houston gave him an honorary day, May 8th, because he passed trying to save his mother in a burning house in a house fire. Oh, wow. Real life hero. Yeah, wow. Man, rest in peace. That's bravery right there, man. That's bravery right there. What's going on, CB Sports TV? KQKC said, come on, Fanon. You know Bud don't want to fight nobody. Yeah, he does. Absolutely he does, man. Man, Bud is a serious deal, man. Bud is come on, man. Look, let's not take it too far. As far as him beating Errol Spence Jr., I got Terence Crawford favored. But everybody else, dude, I got Terence Crawford over, dude. And I don't think he doesn't want to fight anybody. I think he wants to make his money. And I think he's got a promoter that has plans, and that his plans and the promoter's plans have to match up. No, you motherfuckers are not going to do any business with you. Anybody sending me a note trying to do business. What's going on, Matthew Newcomb says, salute for non, fuck Tiger Woods. Why? What did Tiger Woods say? Dude, you can't. What did Tiger Woods do? All Tiger Woods said is, hey, man, we can't tear up neighborhoods. He's wrong on that shit. But what? I mean, but what'd he do? Man, come on. Don't be saying tough. I like Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods, man. Tiger Woods. Porter over Crawford. Yeah, Porter could beat Crawford. That's a tough fight, man. Tiger Woods, man. I heard what Tiger Woods say. Tiger Woods say, hey, man, we shouldn't be don't destroy neighborhoods. Now, we're going to, since you took it there, we can go there. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Matthew Newcomb said, fuck Tiger Woods. No, that's so hard for me to say. Look, man. Yeah, I love Tiger Woods, man. Love Tiger Woods, man. Love Tiger Woods, man. He's an example of black excellence. He is. But he's just a rich dude who don't understand that this property ain't even owned by the people. Like, is the thing that gets me. First of all, okay, so I knew we were going to get to this. So let's get to this. All right. We'll bounce it back on to boxing, but I got to get on this because the resident Twitter idiot, Ishay Smith, was back at it today. Okay. Unlike Paulie Malignaggi, he just won't shut the fuck up. Now, this dude says, yes, he does. Kane the bad guy. Yes, he does. He said our community. He said it in the thing. Kane the bad guy. He said we shouldn't be tearing up our community. He said our community. He didn't say their community. He said our community. Man, Tiger Woods knows he's black. His name is Eldrick fucking Woods. He just rich. Nah, Kane, he's black, dude. He knows he's black. He thinks he's black. He's black, okay? Got a black daddy. Got black family members. He got a black brother, black sisters. He got a whole black family, okay? Little known about Tiger Woods. Tiger knows the majority of Tiger Woods' relatives are black. Full-blooded black brother, full-blooded black sister, full-blooded, well, no, not full-blooded nieces, but black nieces. He got a professional tennis playing niece. But anyway, I can understand. Correction, Blasian experience for nah, dog. That dude is a black dude, man. He's a black dude. But anyway, I'm not going to get on Tiger Woods. Everybody you can have your opinion about Tiger Woods. I listened carefully to what Tiger Woods said. When I read it, I was like, I know he's going to get some heat for this. But what he did was he said he was black. He said our communities. We shouldn't be tearing up our community. But here's the problem with this. Now, I don't want to get on Tiger Woods because you guys can have your opinion about Tiger Woods. I respect your opinion about Tiger Woods. My man, Matt Newcomb, if he says salute for non-fuck Tiger Woods, I will read in the comment section, salute fuck Tiger Woods and do this. And I give you a clown too. Dude, he was cracking a joke on that, man, when he said cablation. He wasn't serious. Man, Tiger Woods, y'all got to stop letting people try to divide our community, dog. We got plenty of snotty, snobby ass black folk that are still black folk. And Tiger Woods, man, Tiger Woods is a black dude, and he knows it. In fact, the same thing. You remember when he had all them white girls? He had when he first turned professional, he had all these white girls in the room, and he started cracking jokes about black men having big penises. He was trying to tell them chicks, I'm hanging, baby. I'm hanging. Let me get some. Tiger Woods is a white girl coochie fiend, just like half of y'all in this chat, dog. Y'all don't want to admit it, but they was throwing it at you. If they was throwing it at you like they was throwing it at Tiger. Now I must admit, I don't understand the last chick, because at least with the Ellen Nordegren chick, at least she was kind of at least she was an attractive woman. Now she was gonna age. She was going to age about as good as yogurt. And that shit was going to look terrible later on. But I don't understand this new girlfriend he has, because she's a booger bear. Like, he said, I admit it. And he said, I admit it. Yeah. Half of y'all, maybe not you, Mr. Sandman, but half of y'all going running right after them chicks. I ain't trying to hear that, dog. He said, we need Tiger. That wife took a lot of that money. Our community needs. Oh, they didn't take a lot of that money. He got a lot of that money. But dude, Tiger Woods does a lot in the black community. A lot. He donates a lot of money. He sets up programs for black people in the United States and outside the United States. Tiger Woods is serious business, dude. Tiger Woods desegregated a golf course because there was a segregated golf course that his father wasn't able to play on. When he turned pro, he bought the shit up and let everybody in the neighborhood play in the golf course. I'm just saying, dog. Tiger Woods is a legitimate dude, man. He's just Tiger fucking Woods. He's just Tiger Woods, man. Tiger Woods, man. Tiger Woods. However, he's definitely a black dude, man. And he can be, because look, Ishai Smith's a black dude. I'll take Tiger. Ishai Smith said the same thing today. Ishai, you said the same thing, which is stupid, by the way. And can we please ran from them models like Eddie Hearn and Raw? I need a fufu. Hell yeah, took that money. But look, man, I'm not gonna go on Tiger Woods, dude. Tiger Woods. However, say woo, Ric Flair. That's what's up, Shelton. I want to get to this. Will y'all please stop saying this stupid shit that, oh, I would support, when people start breaking glass and burning things down, you lose me. Dude, if somebody breaking some fucking glass and burning some shit down loses you, you were never there to fucking begin with, dog. You were never there to begin with. Man, there is absolutely no chance of you accomplishing jack shit out of a protest unless there's some threat that if the protest doesn't succeed, then there's some worse shit about to happen. That's the only way that your shit can be fucking successful, dude. There's no other way, okay? So shut the fuck up, Ishai. Ishai just keeps saying more stupid shit, okay? And let me prove it to you, okay? Break everything, burn everything. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not inciting anybody to do anything. I'm just telling you as a fact, it's not gonna fucking work. It never has worked. When they point to the nonviolent protest of Gandhi eating food and starving himself and all that shit, dude, there was a bunch of fucking sheiks, Indian sheiks, that were willing to kill everybody. They stood between him and them Indian people that were willing to kill everybody. And they said, hey, look at me. I'm nonviolent. Hey, fix this problem. But they always had that threat hanging over their head. Now, let me tell you why that shit doesn't work without it. It doesn't work. It's simple negotiations. I try to teach y'all in negotiations. Listen, Ishai, okay? Somebody tell Ishai to listen to this part. Ishay, if you have somebody that you're working for, dumbass, okay, because I'm going to call you a dumbass until you realize you're a dumbass. Because at that point in time, once you realize you're a dumbass, then there's some shit to go forward on, okay? So let's just assume that you have an issue in your life with your employer and they're not paying you enough money. And you walk in there and say, hey, I want to get paid. You're paying me $15 an hour. Everybody else here is paying $20. Everybody else is getting paid $20 an hour, right? And you stand in front of his office and you ask him every day politely, hi, would you please give me that $5? And he says, no. Will you please go give me that $5 an extra hour? He's going to say no. But what happens if you do this? Give me the $5, or I am going to quit and not come. Then he has a choice. Oh, is it worth losing this guy and losing this productivity? Is it worth $5 extra dollars an hour? It's either going to be yes or no. But if you're willing to continue to work and do nothing but mope in your seat and occasionally complain about it to the guy, he has no motivation whatsoever to fucking change. He has no reason to change. So if everybody walked down the street all nice and polite on Monday and they said, we want change, and the people are sitting there and saying, why the fuck would I change? I'm getting paid. This system works for me. I'm a billionaire. It works for me. No, I'm not giving you jack shit. You can march all fucking day and night because that doesn't affect them. You're just walking down the street. Who cares? All they got to do is turn the TV off. That's all they got to do. Turn the TV off. Oh, I'm just not, because all they're doing is walking up and down the street. Who the fuck cares? However, if you have this scenario, you have a group of protesters that are walking down the street saying politely, please change, please change, please change. And we're telling you, if you don't change, there's going to be some really bad things that happen because these people over there, they don't want to march. They want to march. They don't want to march down this street. They want to march straight to your house and snatch you out of your fucking bed and say, we're going to make an example of this billionaire. So please work with me so they don't have to resort to what they want to do. And then you might be in a position where somebody would say, well, you're right. Let me give you what you want so you can keep these motherfuckers from going bananas. That's simple negotiation. You have to have, in order to get something from somebody, you're negotiating for a change. And there has to be a desire on both parties to change. There has to be something in it for both people to change. And money's not in it. I'm not on mute. Money's not in it for them because they got all the money. The changing of the system for the sake of people feeling good and all that's no reason for them to change. That's a reason they might want to placate you a little bit because it might be fucking up their sales a little bit, but not no structural change, dude. No real change. Real change is going to come when they feel like, damn, I'm in a worse situation for me if I don't give you what you want. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to explain to your dumb ass. If they are in a better situation by telling you no than they would be if they tell you yes, you don't expect anything. Don't expect anything. But if they have a real fear that if they don't work with you, the situation is going to get worse for them, then they start talking and negotiating. They're not going to negotiate because you're being polite and nice. What the fuck you think this is, junior? You think this is fucking grade school? Like you're going to get extra fucking credit because you stand in line and don't make noise? This shit is fucking ridiculous. Yeah, of course, burn, baby. Of course I did. They bombed that building in Philadelphia. Move. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard of it. But look, man, my thing is this. Like, I'm not telling anybody to do it. But damn, dude, don't fucking sit there. You fuck up the whole message. Because you're spending your fucking time complaining about trivial shit. About land. And I say this to Tiger Woods. You're fucking crazy if you think you own that property. They don't own that property. They don't own that property. Number one, most of the store owners rent that property. Let's be real. If you have a storefront, the people that are in there do not own that building 99 out of 100 times. They rent it from somebody. They rent it from somebody. So you're not destroying your property. You might be putting your neighbor out of business, but it's not their property. And guess what? Your house isn't your fucking property. It's the bank's property. You have two types of ownership, two types of loan states. You have what, a mortgage state and lien states. In many of the situations, you don't own the property. They have a lien on your property if you don't pay for it, which means you don't own it outright. You're making payments on it. All you're doing is basically renting with some fucking privileges associated with it. Other ones, it's a mortgage. They actually own it until you pay the mortgage off. You don't even own that shit. So the fucking idea that people are sitting there destroying their property, to me, is a fucking joke. They're not destroying their property. It's not theirs. The shit might be in their neighborhood, but dude, how the fuck do you know it's even going to be your neighborhood in 5 years? You ever heard of gentrification? How many black neighborhoods didn't get burned down that are completely fucking gone? Because you can no longer afford to live in the neighborhood. Isn't that what happened in Harlem? Isn't that what happened in Brooklyn? Right? Isn't that that's happening in pockets of the south side of Chicago and in DC? They don't have to burn you out of there. They just fucking raise the rent, raise the price of the mortgage, which they can do anytime they fucking want to by moving the fucking interest rate up and down. It's a fucking joke that you fucking morons think that you own something. You don't own shit. You don't own shit. I had this conversation with my brother, dude. You don't own shit. You don't own your house. You don't own your car. You don't own it. The banks own it. The banks own it. Because if you don't give the bank the payment that you agreed to give them, they take the shit back. So it's not yours. You are trying to make it yours, and maybe in 30 years, it will be yours. But it's not now. You know why? Because you can't afford it because you're broke. Okay? And you are broke in this country till you get millions. Okay? Till you get millions. Because a lot of people talk about their own property, right? And they have rental properties and all that. 9 times out of 10 that I hear people say that, they also talk about how they have to make their payment to the mortgage. They have to make their mortgage payment so that the renters, now you're paying the game where it's bringing you income. And yes, gradually that there's equity in the property that can go up. But what happens if the interest rates goes up on loans, and all of a sudden you're fucking all that shit, that equity you have, which is make-believe value in the house, goes to the fucking bottom of the floor, dude. The whole monetary system is a mechanism by which to control people, and it's something people don't understand. But to sidetrack a conversation, you own yours, that's what's up. If you own your shit straight out, then you own your shit straight out, unless they decide to come and take it from you by eminent domain. But the vast majority of these people do not own that shit. Okay? People in Inglewood, in the south side of Chicago, in the Inglewood area, they do not own them houses that they live in. The small black business owners that live there do not own the buildings that they are operating that shop out of. They are paying rent. They are renters. They are what you call fucking paid squatters, and they can get the fuck thrown out any point in time. So Ishe, shut up. When you talk about stealing, and let me ask you something else too. Why are you asking people to do something? Why are you asking somebody to do something that is completely out of their nature? You have people that are hungry, people that are scared to death because they don't have a job. You have people that are frustrated because they've done everything that they were told that they needed to do in their life to get where they are. They followed all the rules. They did everything that they said that these people told them that they were supposed to do. And then a bad cold spreads across the country, a terrible cold, but a terrible cold flashes through the United States. It's immediately known right then by everyone that it's not our fault that we can't work. It's not our fault. It's not a lack of discipline that our business has failed. It's because the government said that we could not do it because we have to contain this virus. But then the government doesn't give them any, it only helps out, by and large, the people that don't need it. And screw you. So they're completely frustrated. They're broke. They feel lied to. Everything that we've been saying, and LDBC, I'm going to say it, you fucking idiots out there, you bootlicking ass YouTube channels, always calling somebody a fucking race baiter and all that shit because we're talking about racism in boxing. This shit happens. Where's the race baiting conversations? Where's the race baiting Are we race baiting now? Oh, it's only race baiting when there's some white folk there that will buy your fucking fuck all them dudes, man. But look, I'm not saying that you should. I don't think you should. I don't think that personally, I think we as black people need. Now, I'm gonna say some shit straight controversial that I know people ain't gonna like. Okay, y'all need to sit the fuck down and let all these white people do all this shit. That's my opinion. Let them do all of that. Let them do all of that shit. We're not even 5%. I bet you we ain't 10% of the people that are out there, especially when you're talking about shit popping off in the Netherlands and in Germany, in the UK, and I wouldn't be surprised if that shit was in Mexico. You guys look on TV, every other person that is doing this shit it does not look like me, right? Sit down. If y'all and refuse to be their water boy. I listen to this guy. Now, I typically respect a lot of these progressives, but I heard what's going on? A Wavy 09 says, speak the real for non-salute, my brother. Hey, man, I appreciate it. Exactly. It's everywhere. So since it's everywhere, it's not about us. It ain't about us. This shit is not about solving the problem for black people. What this shit is going to be about is solving the problems for everybody. But we have to be the Crispus Atticus of it because our shit is so fucking obvious and undeniable, and they do the shit with so little regard for our humanity and so blatantly in the face of everybody else that we're the people that can actually stand up and say it because we have standing, obvious standing, which is why people like all you YouTube channels, dude, that were talking all that shit. How many times I ain't been called a racist by a white boxing fan in a week? I went through my things. I'm like, dude, I know I've said stuff this week. Where somebody would have called me a racist 2 weeks ago. What's the difference? Do you actually hear how many times, and I'm asking people on this channel, how many times have you heard me use the word white supremacy and explaining what was going on? Structural and systematic white supremacy. How long have I been saying this? On this channel, 3 straight years. And a year ago, people acted like nobody knew what white supremacy was. The white supremacy was just some dude standing up, somebody, with a Confederate flag walking around, burning flags or some shit like that. That's what it was supposed to. That's what it was. But it's not that. All of a sudden, it's not that anymore, right? Now everybody woke up. Why did they wake up? Because white folk told you to wake up, you fucking bitches. Because they told you. That's why I don't. That's a fucking coon. That's a coon. That's a coon. You needed Europeans to use that word and Europeans to describe it that way, and now you're okay with it. But when we were saying it, when we were talking about it, when we were the ones having people night after night getting message after message after message after message, we were just racist, imagining it, making shit up. But now that they're using it and they're standing up, oh, we all, dude, you know when it's time to sit down? When you see a Starbucks ad that says we must end white supremacy on a Ben and Jerry's ice cream ad. Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream company, had white supremacy, a commercial about what the ad calling for the end of white supremacy. They're talking about the police. They're not talking about fucking hillbillies. They're talking about the police. So how do they know it and your coon ass don't know it? You guys have all been exposed as a bunch of fucking bootlickers because everybody knew it, you knew it, but they didn't want to say it, so you wouldn't say it, which tells you you're in their pocket. And now you're going to jump out there trying to be Mr. Brother, man. Fuck you. And all y'all need to sit down and let these people use this however they want to use it. That's my take. That's my take on it. Because there ain't no real, from what I can see, there's no real concern about us. Just like the Michael Jackson sound. Just like the Michael Jackson sign. They don't give a fuck about us. And I listened to, shut up! I listened to a podcast. I talked about it yesterday, but I'll talk about it again. Where they were openly strategizing about the necessity for a leader for this movement. We need a leader. Where is the Al Sharptons? Where's the Jesse Jacksons? Where's the so you need one of us to lead this little movement. Why? Why do you need us to lead this movement? This movement is about workers, right? Workers. It's about universal basic income. It's about universal health care. It's about all these progressive ideas. What you need us niggas to do this shit for? What you need me for? It ain't about that for me. It ain't that about us. It ain't about that for us. It shouldn't be. It should truly be about walking down the street without having anybody fucking looking crazy at you because you happen to have some color. And they piggybacking, they're blatantly piggybacking on it. I ain't the man, please. And even dumbass Ishay, who do you think you got cars driving around? Who the fuck doesn't know this? You have cars driving around black neighborhoods with white kids driving cars around black neighborhoods with bricks in the back. Handing out bricks, trying to hand out bricks to people, encouraging people to do it. What the fuck is that? Nah, dude, sit down. And let these people do that shit them damn selves. Because they've been known about this. They've been known about this. They knew this. This is why I was so off. What makes this? Nothing makes this different. Nothing makes this different. Literally nothing makes what happened to George Floyd different. That's not the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw that broke the camel's back was Corona. That broke the fucking back. Because now you got 50% of these people with no jobs, no money, and the people that they were leading around by the nose saying, if you look like us, you're one of us. If you just graduate from school and you just do what's right, you can be where we can be. Meanwhile, Jeff Bezos' ass is sitting up in the fucking house with $100 billion. Owning the world. Shutting down every business that there is. You idiot. You idiot. Jeff Bezos killed black neighborhoods. What the fuck do you need to go to the corner store if you can get whatever you need sent to your door within 15 minutes of ordering it, right? At a lower price because it's produced in China and stored in their facilities. You realize you're not even going to have to go to the corner store? For what? Jeff Bezos will be your corner store. How many people, you talking about we're destroying our communities, Ishay? We're destroying our communities? Fucking traitor, phony ass, making light-skinned people look bad, dog. As much as I get mad and people shitting on light-skinned black people. And as defensive as I am about that, Ishay, you are fucking embarrassing. You're embarrassing us melanin challenged black people, dog. BFTB said the GOAT, yes, Corona. There's been plenty of deaths and nobody did nothing. Exactly. You think they care about killing? Dude, they kill people all over the fucking world. And are happy about it. Haven't you been watching the news? You're going to tell me that people with that resort to that level of violence everywhere in the world are going to change their ways because you walk down the street and ask them politely? You fucking moron. You wouldn't advise somebody to get a job that way. Hey, how do I get a job? Well, I'm just going to walk to the first guy that I see and I'm going to say, will you employ me? And if he tells me no, I'm going to walk away. And then I'm going to come back and ask him again. No, dude, you're going to have to come up with something different that it makes it in his interest to hire you. Whatever that is, you got to find a way to differentiate yourself. You got to go extra above and beyond, because doing what people put the prescribed steps that they're giving you to protest is bullshit. The same thing goes for the people that say, just shut up and go vote. Go vote for what? Go vote for, and I've had this argument with my father for a while now. Go vote for what? Go vote for Joe Biden? You think Joe Biden's going to solve all this? Joe Biden. That's the key. It's Joe Biden. If there had been a Joe Biden back in 1492 in the court of Queen Isabella of Spain, it would have all been better. Because he would have been able to talk him out of it. Man, shut up. Dude, they're doing that looting shit is, in my opinion, if I was going to do it, the looting is a distraction, and it is a reason, it's a red herring. It's something to talk about other than the subject matter at hand. You got people all over the world protesting, and and a whole bunch of what you're seeing is one or two people throwing stuff through windows. Now watch this too. When have you seen anybody stop looters from looting? Where do you see the police? You don't see them where people are looting. You see them around government buildings where people are protesting. That's where the police are. So the police concern is the protesters. Their concern is not the looters. The looters give them their argument and give them their red herring to distract the conversation from what the protesters are talking about. And when you go out of your way to carry on that conversation with them, all you're doing is going down that rabbit hole with them and making it a 50-50 thing. Well, both sides are wrong. Well, if both sides are wrong, what happens? Nothing. Because both sides are wrong, so let's just go back to what we're doing. If both sides are wrong, if somebody wronged you and you didn't do anything, but the person that is there to adjudicate the issue places blame equally on the two of you, right? And then says, since we'll spread the blame between the two of them, so we're not going to do anything. Do you know what happens? You are mistreated, and that person gets over. The person that did it is happy as can be. Because hey, man, it could look at you crazy walking out the door. I fucked you over. And they said, we both did it. You know what I mean? No. In this particular circumstance, there's one group of people that are in the wrong. One. And one only. And a typical common feature between them is that they've got billions of dollars. They have a voice 1 billion times louder than any regular individual, because of course, money is freedom of speech. So the more money you have, the more speech you have. That's the equation, dude. So please, Shay, shut up. Please shut up. You're not helping. Trying to split the blame. Trying to split the blame between people. No, dude, they're to blame. They're to blame. And if somebody breaks their windows, if somebody breaks their windows or somebody burns down their house, you know what they would say? You know what they would say if it was you? If it was your kid and he was punching somebody, abusing somebody, doing all kind of crap to somebody, and it was your son, and then somebody walked up when he wasn't looking, stole his bike and threw the shit into the river. If you were a reasonable parent, what you would say, motherfucker, that's what you get. You shouldn't have been doing all that shit. What you think somebody's going to do when you treat them like that? What do you think they're going to do? They're going to come get you. They're going to take your shit and throw it out. That's on you. Especially if there's nothing else that they can do. You're some big ass bully. If he sees you, they're just going to beat you up you're just going to keep beating him up every day. Well, shit, when you turn your back, what he's going to do is snatch your shit and throw it in the river. And good for him. Ain't nobody got to sit there and take your fucking abuse. Fuck out of here, man. Why? I would tell my son that. You would tell your son that. Don't start none, won't be none. But if you start some shit, dude, you can't do it, man. Say 2 wrongs don't make a right. No, they don't. But a wrong is not fixed but a wrong is still a wrong. And some wrongs are worse than other wrongs. And I don't want to hear about one wrong when we're talking about, guess what's wrong? I'm going to give you 2 wrongs that don't make a right. I cross the street in the middle of the street, right? When I know there's a sidewalk, I know there's a walkway, but I decide to walk right down the middle of the street. That's a wrong. I shouldn't do that. Right? Is it when you agree that that's a wrong? Well, then you come up and decide with 4 other men that you're going to snatch me by the neck, put me on the ground, put your knee on my neck, and everybody else is going to push down on my back and push all the air out of it. Those are 2 wrongs. The guys should not have walked across the street, and they shouldn't have done what they did. So is that how you're going to work it out? Well, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I mean, come on, man. He was jaywalking. What do you expect? He broke the law. Ever heard anything about equity? Any equity here? And how about any sense of what do you call it when you look at any sense of the magnitude of the wrongs in this equation? You're literally talking about people that are trying to get the government to try to get police under control so we don't have to worry about dying. And I'm going to tell you, you can hear that shit in my voice. In everything that I've ever said, I've told anybody and everybody that I've ever talked to about the subject of police is what you do around the police is you do exactly what they say, exactly how they say it, as quickly as you can say it, and still be prepared to die. That's my life experience with them. I am not the type of person to ever have an argument with a police officer. If he asks me, I have a legal education, right? I know my fucking rights, and I know that you're supposed to have a reason to ask me for my ID, but I never do the shit. Here's my ID. Without a question, here's my ID. Because I know this dude has qualified immunity, and he can concoct some reason to kill me. That is not a fear that I should have. And every time I listen to somebody tell me and say, they're not supposed to do that, you have rights and all that, in my mind, I got rights. I want to live. So I'm going to live in the real world. I'm going to live with the rights that I have in the real world. You live with the rights that are written down on that Constitution, on that piece of paper that ain't nobody been following for 200 years. You keep believing that shit's real and that the real law that you live under isn't what's in the streets. The streets are the real law. What's on them paper and on that paper is the guidelines. because they blow that shit at any given moment, dude. And there is literally a reason that they can arrest you for anything. If you walk down the street, if you stand on a sidewalk, they can arrest you for obstructing walkers on the sidewalk. You stopped because you stopped on the sidewalk. If you walk too fast on the sidewalk, they can arrest you for a suspicion of committing a conspiracy to stand on the middle of the fucking street. They literally have it. Literally, if they want to arrest you, everything is against the damn near anything you do is against the law. No, it's just set up so that they can control you, and everybody knows it, and everybody's been known it. And this shit is nothing. All of this stuff, hey, have at it, dog. Have at it. But I know I've been sitting here for well over 3 years. I know on this channel for 3 years I've said it. 3 years I've said it. And I'm going to tell you, just like I told you 3 years ago about this shit, I'm going to tell you, of course obstructing pedestrian traffic is a real charge. Of course it is. You can't stand. They want you to move. You got to move. And then they write a law so to allow them to do it. They write those with the intention of being able to arrest whoever they want, wherever they want. Dude, stop and frisk is the most basic violation of everything about the Constitution is about. It's unlawful search and seizure. It's ridiculous. But it's because you guys think that ain't the law. That's not the law. That's what's written down on a piece of paper. Society is a group of human beings. We're a group of animals, a group of human beings. And for people to expect, now I'm just sick of it, dude, for real. But it doesn't bother me. Like, I am happy about the protests. Very, very happy about it. And I hope all those people continue to do it all over the world as loud as they want to do it to fix a lot of the class-related problems that they have. But I am not confused at all about when all this shit is said and done. 90% of those people still want their privilege when all this shit is said and done. They still want their privilege. You know damn well these they're shocked that they're shocked that the police are doing it to white people. Like, I'll stand in the middle of here and be the superhero because you know you won't do me. I'm protected by my whiteness. And by and large, they're right, unless the police officer is not in the mood for that shit, at which point in time he will buckle your ass too. Because he don't even work for you. He works for the wealthy. Because those are the people that put the laws together. They're the ones that do that. They're the ones. Most of these congressmen don't write the shit. They're like, oh, he authored this bill. No, he didn't. You know who authored that bill? The people over on K Street, highly paid lawyers and academics that write the laws, they put them together, and then they go find somebody to go sponsor them and pass them on Capitol Hill. But they're written by people that do not work for the government, people that are highly paid professionals that work for the interest groups that push it. Who has enough influence to have multiple interest groups? People with maybe $1 billion sitting around and nothing else fucking to do but trying to run other people's lives. Fanon, have you seen A.V. Devereaux's documentary, The 13th, the breakdown of how future presidents and government wrote and passed laws to enforce systematic racism for profit in the prison industrial system? No, I haven't. How future presidents or past futures? But dude, the jail thing is nothing different than it's always been. Like, law and politics respond to the economy directly beneath them. I'm a little bit different, Bert from Martin. The people in power dictate the economy, they dictate the politics, and then they write the laws. An economy, or at least the fundamental process, the principles in which your economy is established, is determined by the people with the influence. Whether you're whether you're a socialist, whether you believe in socialism, or you believe in a capitalist market, those ideas are pushed and supported by the people that control the production. So they say, well, hey, man, If we want the state to be responsible for it, or we want us individually to be responsible for it. Dude, I think all of that stuff, man. I think all of that stuff, dude, is nothing but a way for very wealthy people to control. It's all about the control of people. Their economic system is about the control of people. The legal system is about the control of people. Religious systems about the control of people. They want to be in control. They want the power to do whatever they want to do, and they want you to have to do whatever it is that they want you to do. I think it's that fundamental to human nature. That's why they call it a patriarchal attitude. I'm the father. Like, I'm walking around with my kids, right? And my son, just every once in a while, dude, I will catch it in myself. I'll say, hey, son, we're going to go to practice, right? And say I have a practice set up for him. I want him to shoot 500 jump shots, right? And I want him to shoot 500 jump shots. I want him to make, 150 free throws, right? That's my idea. But then my son will walk in the gym and he'll grab 2 heavy balls. If you are a basketball player, you might know what I mean. 2 basketballs that are like 3 times the weight of a usual basketball, but they use it for dribbling so that they can get their hands strong. Well, my son can say, "Hey, I want to do that today, Dad. I don't want to do the shots and the free throws. I want to work on this. I want to work on my handles today." Now, my thing with him is, and I've done this on several occasions, it took me a while to catch it. I was like, "No, we're going to do this. No. We're going to do the jump shots. We're going to do the free throws." And then one day I thought to myself, like, damn, he needs to learn how to dribble just as much as he needs to learn how to shoot. He's a guard. He does need to practice this, and he wants to practice it. So, but what was the reason why I would insist that he shoots instead of dribbles? My desire to control the outcome of the day. My role as the father to tell him what to do. Even though what he wanted to do is just as productive as what I want to do. But at the end of the day, it winds up being because I wanted it to be that way. And when you understand how Europe, and I read you guys France for 9 last time, and we talk about it often, if you understand how Europe spread throughout the world, it was about European powers exercising dominion over everyone else and having control over them. This is not some free system that's set up because it's a human nature. No, this is a group of things that are set up for a group of people to control everybody else. That's it. No more. We get to say so. It's going to go down this way because I said so. And a bunch of battles between wealthy white people about who of us people who are in control, which one of us are going to be the most in control. And then they can have their wars back and forth, fight back and forth, right, about what it is. And when they all get done and they figure out, we squashed our beef, where does that leave us? Either being controlled by one group or being controlled by another group. But neither one of those want us out of there. Want us to control anything. They want the control, which is why you'll see certain Democrats and you believe that they would rather have Donald Trump elected than somebody like, say, Bernie Sanders, who's a phony too. But you know what I mean? So no, man, it's about control. In my observation, it's about control. Okay. And even the insistence on telling somebody how they can and should protest is nothing but control. You're telling me that my frustration has to be expressed in a manner that is acceptable to you. You don't get that. You don't get that. If you're robbing my house, dude, you don't get to tell me that I have to sit down and nicely, politely have a discussion about whether or not you give me my shit back. Now, if I choose to let you out of the house because I don't want the altercation and my TV's not that important, that's my prerogative. But I get to pick how I express my frustration. You don't get to pick it. And when Ishay dumbass puts in a tweet that, hey, I would be with you if you didn't do these things, you're no different than them. They like you. They like you. They like you when you say that because you're splitting it. Divide and conquer. You are dividing the issue. Now we don't have the issue of we don't just have the issue about how we're going to end police brutality. Now we have the issue of why are all these black folks throwing rocks and how we need to control ourselves and look at what they're doing. Damn, how many times you going to see the same thing fucking played over and over and over before you see it? Maybe that's why you couldn't fucking be maybe that's why you ain't a Hall of Fame boxer. Because somebody can pull the same shit on you 50 times in a fucking row and you don't catch on to it. Making a fucking adjustment, man. Make an adjustment. Make an adjustment. That has to be why you lost to Sergio Mora. This dumb motherfucker don't catch on at all. Let me just hit his ass with this right. He don't see it coming at all. Watch me. Sorry, that was lip balm. My lip balm came off a little salty. So, man, I don't want to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that. And I'm telling all y'all, black folk we need to pull a fucking, if I had my druthers, I would snatch every black person off the street. Every black person in the street. And I say, you know what we doing? We boycotting this boycott. Because we don't fucking trust you. I'm boycotting the boycott. I'm not going to be your martyr. I'm not going to be your martyr. No. You want shit change, your shit change, you change it. You change it. You work on your shit. If you want to say that police brutality is something you're going to end, cool, end it. But don't end it with me. No, because I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're not to be trusted. Not to be trusted. Because there's nothing from, and I told you this, Bacon's Rebellion. From Bacon's Rebellion to the Civil Rights Movement to this, it's been the same story over and over and over. We get put in the front line because we got abused. They use the abuse of black people and put it all over the fucking place and use it as a mechanism by which to sell their agenda. And once they get what they want, the movement is over. And we're back to square one. Just like the Africans and the Irish and the Scots were all working together in Bacon's Rebellion. Once the Irish and the Scottish got an offer, it made them feel that they could accept, right? Once they got something that was big to them. And let me tell you, and here's another thing, dummy. There was a lot of violence in Bacon's Rebellion. And through the violence of Bacon's Rebellion, the Irish and the Scottish were awarded the rights of an Englishman and the end to the penal system in the United States. They had the biggest come up at their relative to the British, relative to their British. They had the biggest success that they had ever had by selling us down the fucking river through violence, and then selling us down the river once they got something that they felt comfortable with. And from that day on, what have Irish men not primary, but what is their profession by and large been, or stereotypically? Policemen. They agreed to become the slave patrol and work with us to keep these Negroes in line. And we will not mistreat you in the United States. How about that, Mr. Irishman? Deal, deal. Deal, deal. So this is what we're going to do now. We're going to do the same thing again. Going to do the same thing. I ain't going to do the same thing. Exactly. But, see, hey, look, the Black Lives Matter. Dude, Black Lives Matter ain't about black people at all. That shit's not about black people. And how many black people do you know that are actually in Black Lives Matter? I'll hold my breath. As many active people that you know, how many do you know that are actually in Black Lives Matter? None. It's a LGBTQ organization. It's an LGBTQ organization that is specifically in their mission statement looking forward to destroying the nuclear family, which means father, mother, child in the black community. And they're at the forefront of this movement. They're using I ain't even heard anybody talking about Black Lives Matter for the last 3 years. And all of a sudden, boop, Black Lives Matter. They're the ones. Man, get the fuck out of here, dude. Just get the fuck out of here. Man, fuck out of here, man. Said, I'm not black, but my life matters. Of course it does. Tank, Rotor, of course it does. See, first of all, this also demonstrates something. I'm going to take this chat down. This chat is coming down. However, of course your lives matter. Did somebody say it didn't? See, that right there is another split. Because somebody would say that you shouldn't punish black people, because I'm not going to use the Black Lives Matter thing. Because I don't want to get beat. Right? And I don't want my son to walk down the street. I can't let my son out the house. Like after dark. Like I don't want that for my son. Somehow we got to enter into a conversation with if you're not black, if you're a European, enter into a conversation about your life. Who the fuck cares? Your shit is already cool. Ain't nobody but looking for you because you're white. No police officers stomping you down because you're white. You don't even have a fucking same problem. So why are you talking to me about it? Why are you bringing your shit up in the middle of this? You sound like a spoiled kid. Some little starving kid comes into your house and your mother sits him down at the table and says, man, we're hearing this. We see what you're going through. Hey man, here's some food. Here's $50. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, I hope you feel better. I'm helping you out. And then the kid to come back and say, but mommy, why would you give him $50? You don't give me $50. You didn't make me a special pancakes. Man, the parent, man, shut up. You're in the house all day. You got a bedroom. You got a PlayStation. I feed you. I take you wherever you want to go. You don't have a problem. Don't insert yourself into this shit. When you insert yourself into shit where you don't have a problem, you come off like a spoiled brat in real life. Or at that level. It applies the same thing to you guys with that all lives matter stuff. You're going to try to repeat some shit that is fucking obvious as if now you got to make a choice. Either Black Lives Matter or all lives matter. No. Black Lives Matter is telling you, dude, you don't think Black Lives Matter. Now, I'm not talking about this fucking group. I'm talking about the catchphrase. I'm telling you Black Lives Matter because I think you don't know that. Because you're behaving in a fashion where it tells me you don't think it matters. So I'm telling you it don't matter. You can't tell me that black people act in any affirmative way, like on any broad scale way, that the lives of police don't matter. When have you seen, for no good reason, black people just riding up to the houses of police officers and blowing them up because we just fucking want to attack? We just want to attack police officers. Never. You've never heard it. You've never heard it. Because it doesn't happen. So why are you trying to cook up a fucking solution to a problem that doesn't exist? People know full well that white lives matter. People know full well that the blue lives matter. You know why we know the blue lives matter? Because it's in the law. Because it's in the law. You can't touch them without going to jail. The law says it matters. And it's enforced. So we know their lives matter. We don't know if black lives matter. We don't know that. Ain't nothing you ever shown me, tell me that makes me believe that you believe it matters to you. It's a cornball argument. It's a cornball argument. You ain't never shown up here before, dude. I ain't gonna give a fuck about you or what you think about football players getting COVID. Suck a dick up till you hiccup, dude. Today ain't the day, man. They said we are Native Americans. They are $5 Indian proposing as Native Americans. Oh, dude. I hope what you're using is the justice for Native Americans, right? Where they were going to give land and stuff, and all of a sudden, everybody from Scotland and Ireland was Indian all of a sudden, and put their names on the register. I'm Indian. Give me that money. I'm Indian, give me that money. That's just like that reparations. Watch when if they pass reparations, watch how the population of black people in America quadruples overnight. Remember that. Because what's his name said that? Didn't Johnson? What's his name? What's the dude's name? John H. Johnson? Not John H. Johnson. What's the guy's name from you saw on BET? It's Bob Johnson, right? John H. Johnson was on Ebony and Jet. But he's like, we need $14 trillion in reparations. Dog, if that shit passed, every 1/100th black person in America immediately, here's my 23andMe. Give me my money. Right off bat, because you know a whole bunch of people are passing and they ain't saying nothing. Just so you know. A whole lot of people are passing and they ain't saying nothing. See him all the time, dog. See him all the time. Yeah, Bob Johnson, yeah. Anyway, man, yeah, I had to go in, man. This is so crazy. All this nonsense. But yeah, the reason it has to get taken down is because I talk boxing on this channel by and large. And there's literally nothing that I can do right now because I'm so fucking tripping on the stupidity going around with boxers. Excuse me, I'm sweating. And I didn't have a towel and I didn't feel like walking off, so I just had to wipe it off my head. You're right, they're gonna find their black great-great-great-great-grandmother. Yeah, absolutely. And you ain't gonna get shit. And here's the thing, you can't get shit. This is the thing that is really people don't understand. My dad told me something one time. My dad is a brilliant man, dude. Really is a brilliant man. And he said, hey, you know, there's two ways that you can make people happy, right? If you have an issue. If one guy says that he's not making enough money, right? Say somebody complains about a salary. You can do two things. You can either raise his salary or you can pay everybody less. If you raise his salary up and everybody has the salary that he wants and everybody's created equally, you lose profit. But if you decrease all of their pay, they all look at each other and think like they're being treated fairly and get to keep your profit, if not make more money. It's not in their interest to treat you well. And it has never been in there. And I'm talking about the elite top 0.001% of people that have absolutely ridiculous power on this earth. They do not want the shit to change because the shit works for them. It works everywhere they walk. It works everywhere they see. They get treated like a god and they never want that shit to change, right? Floyd Mayweather Jr. does not want and I'm gonna, because people keep claiming I'm hating on Floyd Mayweather Jr. Well, fuck it. If you keep saying I'm hating on it, I'm gonna use him as an example. Why would he want every black American to have the same amount of money he has? Because if everybody has the same amount of money that he has, everybody's rich. Well, guess what that means? If everybody's rich, nobody's rich. Because now everybody has the same access to everything. And now you'd have to compete for the same thing with people that have just as much money as you. So why would they want that to be? It's all relative. So even comforts are relative. Like right now, we live in this room that I'm living in right now, that I'm in right now, right? Imagine telling your grandkids to sell everything you ever owned. No, I don't understand that. How much money you get from YouTube for man? Salute, brother. None of your business, and thank you for the salute. None of your business, and thank you for the compliment, man. I appreciate you. Don't ever ask me that again, but you'll never ask me that again because you're gonna get thrown out. Okay. Where are you going to go with that, Greg Dermot? Or better yet, why do you want to know? You looking for a YouTube career or something? Gary, why you ask me that? Thanks, Rod Burrell. I appreciate you, man. But I want to know, why do you ask me that question? I think I have an idea. African Sci-Fi Scholar, I got that. He said, I'm loving this. Oh, my man got Boxing Weed going hard, said, I'm loving this. Don't stop all facts. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. We just working. I'm just frustrated, dude. Not nosy. No, you know what, Tay Walker? He ain't nosy. He ain't nosy. He ain't nosy. I think that he might be trying to say that I make enough money. Well, what do I have to complain about? Or he could be insinuating that I'm saying all of what I'm saying right now, so you guys will give me money. It's one of the two, right? Either saying you don't have any standing to talk because you're not poor, right? That's the stupid what's Big Fat Boy's name? That's his argument, right? LeBron James can't say anything because he has money. Why can't he? Why does the fact that you have some money mean that you're blind? You vote for presidents that are multi-millionaires and you trust them to solve the fucking problem. So why can't LeBron James or anybody else say what they want to say? Right? So that's that corny attempt. They always say, well, you're doing well. Yeah, Whitlock, you're doing well. So we don't want to hear what you say. No, well, let me tell you what I am, though. I'm educated. Very well educated. Not as well educated as I should be, but we can all endeavor. We can all endeavor to become better. But I'm fairly well, that's a better way. I'm fairly well educated. And I pay attention. And I know this is some bullshit. But more than likely what he's trying to do is he's trying to imply that the only reason that I'm saying this is because you guys super chat and come and watch my videos. As if I planned for all these young black men to get murdered so that I can so that my YouTube page could pop. Ramsey Rosie said, anyway, I can send you a PM. I got theories. I want to run them by you. Fine. Benoxing relation, not social or political. Yeah, man, I got an email address. It's in, just send me a note. It's on the page. I'm not, it's on the page. Absolutely. People send, or what's a better way to do it? No, don't do that. Go to my Twitter page. I'm on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. And then I communicate with a couple guys on not a lot of people take advantage of that. But the best way to have a conversation with me is in the messages for Twitter. Because that's where I chop it up with folk. Specifically, where's my dude, man? Because I don't want to say the wrong two. Oh, I don't see it. That's why we got to do 80. We can't reparations as AUS, American Descendants of Slaves. Dude, look, man, I'll take the 14 trillion though. Give me my money. I'm happy. I've changed my mind. Fuck it. Give me my money. Right? Fuck, give me my money. This shit seemed like it's about to shut down anyway. Give me my money. Rand Runzy said, anyway, you can sell. Okay, I got that. Cool. Much love in that super chat though. But yeah, that's what he's trying to get at. Dude has said that shit. How much money can you make on YouTube? Less than I'd like to. Less than I'd like to. I want to be a billionaire. I want to be a billionaire and live in a bubble. Sheesh. So I told y'all already. If y'all gave me Stacey Dash, if I wasn't married, I always got to do that because I definitely don't want Stacey Dash now because I got my baby. But hey, man, I want a lot of shit in life. I've been loving listening to your conversations. I see so-called media trying to imitate what you've been doing. Stop watching ESPN and Fox. I've been listening to LDBC. Dude, they're so fucking dude, we real black people. That's who we are, dude. We real. The LDB, this is how I saw it. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to the LDBC. 4 years old today. Shout out to everybody, man. Y'all go to 78 Sports TV channel tonight and drop a super chat to that dude. Just like, because I'm going to go over on going to go over my time today, so I'm going to be dropping a super chat over there at my man KQKC. Yeah, man. Said, man, if you make your Twitter account, he can be found at Fanon. Yeah, that's the best place to get me is on that. Yeah, happy 4th birthday to the LDBC. But let me tell you what the LDBC is. Just real black people. Honest black people who are boxing fans. If they see something a certain way, they're going to say what they see. And it doesn't matter whether or not you like it or not. Because it's what they see. It's what they believe. People ain't making up the fact that they think Tyson Fury cheated Deontay Wilder. They believe it. And they believe it because they watched the fight. And they watched and they did their research with other Tyson Fury fights. And a great amount of the people in the LDBC are former fighters who see it. But it's amazing how, like I said, the shame on light-skinned dudes, Ishe Smith, act like Steve Cunningham don't know what he's talking about, right? But when he talks to Steve Cunningham, he's all polite. Play us our reparations, dude. Look, man, you can't ever repay me, but I'll take the dough. Fuck it, give me the dough. Because you giving me money, but then not solving the problem is better than giving me some money, not giving me money and not solving the problem. Because I don't believe they're going to do it. I already told y'all, I believe this shit is terminal. It's terminal. That things are what they started off being, dog. It's terminal. The shit ain't lasting forever, homie. It's not. It's terminal. It was founded on racism. This where we sit right now was founded on it. Oh no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. It was founded on stealing land from people that were here, which is violent and racist. And it was built by stealing a bunch of Africans from Africa, whether they're here in the United States already or not. Please don't take me down that motherfucking road. But they snatched a considerable number of Africans and brought them over here to work on the land. That is theft, violence, and racism. Without the threats, without the violence, without the racism, and without the theft, it would not have even been here. It's the bedrock of it. It's not something that affects things, infects things. It's not some passing thing that somebody catches like a fucking cold. It's as real as your identity of being an American. That's how deeply seated it is. It's damn near what it means to be one. It's that serious. It's that serious. They denied, look, you deny that there might have even been anybody here before you got here. And they teach it in school and reinforce it and reinforce it. And they have no desire to change it. And none of that shit is true. It's built on murder. Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. We are where we came from. The boxers in the 1800s, right? Boxers in the 1800s were still boxers. Okay, yes, the sport has changed, but we're still throwing punches. You cannot have boxing today without the fundamentals of boxing that were established back in the 1600s or before that, when I'm not going to get into the Egypt and the Sumerians and all that. I'm not doing that for the sake of this conversation. But you cannot change what boxing is. Taking away, I'm telling you, and this is my opinion, taking away innate racism from the people that have it, right? The lives of that community would be like removing a jab and a straight right hand from the sport of boxing. You literally wouldn't know what to do. Wouldn't know what to do. It's that deep-seated. And it's proved, and I know it's deep-seated. You can't even argue with it because it keeps going. We're 400 years away, and we're 400 years in. And without some serious change, it's going to be 800 years in. It's not changing until that shit go away. So I don't give a fuck about your quick fixes, homie. I don't care about your quick fixes. I don't care. I mean, reparations, like I said, if you give me the money, I'm going to take it. I'm going to spend it. But if they hand it to me, I ain't going to believe. I just got to check. I got to give back too. Like this is how crazy it is to me, man. I got a check in the mail. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's right here. I can't show you it, but this is it. I got this in the mail, right? Got this in the mail. See where it is? It's still right where I got it. It's still right here. You know why? Because that's a stimulus check. And I was like, I read the rules. I was like, why the fuck did they send me a stimulus check? I'm over the limit. Right? I'm over the limit. You know what I'm going to have to do if I cash that check? If I take that money? I have to pay it back next year. Say what happened is this is what happens. If you, and I'm not going to give up a little bit of my history, okay? I hate to, there's a threshold for how much money you can make and get a stimulus check. And it's based on your tax returns, right? So for me, and I think that the total for a family might be whatever it is, right? You can do the research. But last year, I filed for something that must have been slightly less than that. But this year, 2019, there's no way I'm going to be underneath that, because I made in 2019 was a good year for me. I made a good chunk of dough. So I know that they shouldn't have sent it to me. So I got to give it back to them. You know what I mean? So my thing is, should I take the money and see if I can find a way to turn a profit on it? Or should I just keep this card right here and then wait until next year so that I can immediately just send them a check back with it? But either way, because the simple fact that they wrote this check to me means I owe them money. I'm pissed. Keep your fucking money. I don't want you to have to do the fucking paperwork. Anyway, man, they supposed to send it to your bank account. Oh no, there's only if you get direct deposits. That's only if you get a direct deposit for your tax returns. Typically I wind up owing. So I don't worry, like tax season for me is like, because I'm writing checks during time. I write checks during tax season. I don't get checks. I write checks during tax season. So, because not all my income comes from somebody that takes my taxes out. But whatever, dude. I mean, I'm blessed. I feel good. Better. It's a good boat to be in. I'd rather be in the boat of sitting there looking at this piece of paper thinking I don't need it than be in a situation like, thank God. But then if you're in a situation like, thank God, dude, that shit ain't going to help you for nothing. But what do you think that $8 billion, huh? Me too, bro. Then capital gains is a motherfucker. Yeah. Shit hits you. Or if you own your own business. Hey, Brian has to send it over here. I'll spend it for you. I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would, dog. Nah, man. Nah, man. I ain't sending it to That shit gonna sit right there, dog. It ain't going in the bank. I should put it in the bank, though. I gotta put it in the bank, though. Damn. Just thought about it. I do gotta put it in the bank. So at very least I can earn a little interest on it. But my risk is I don't want to spend it. Said it was a setup, bro. Yeah, it got me, dog. He said, Eric Brown said, I feel you for now. Me and my wife have to pay back every year. I have to pay, dude, every year. Steady paying them, But look, man, I'm going to get up out of here, man. Much love to everybody. It expires in a year. If I don't cash it, then but paying the bad guy, if it expires in a year, and then they have it on record that they sent it to me, I don't know if they have their systems in place to know that I never got it. You know what I mean? So it could expire and they still act like I owe them the money. So yeah, I pretty much need to get that money in a bank account. He said, yeah, collect that 0.5% interest. But look, man, it was a lot of fun today. I'm definitely going to take this video down. Hold on one second. Man, I'm hot, dude. Why am I sweating so much? These lights in here. Hold on. I need to make sure I don't miss any super chats before I get up out of here. No, I didn't miss any super chats. I really appreciate you dudes. Oh, somebody joined as a member? Or as a subscriber. I think somebody joined as a subscriber. They didn't join as a member. Okay, great. It's just some different things. All right, cool. A CD maybe? Yeah, maybe that. Yeah. Somebody, I need a financial interest. The important thing is Trump's name on the check. Oh no, yeah, man. Look, it is what it is. Look, man, go to my man KQKC Boxing, man. Please go over there right now after I get off. And with that, I'm out. Peace.